Hi, my name is Lauren Mixa and I'm a 4th grade teacher at Mechanicsville Elementary. Today we will be solving problems using data from a line plot. In my first video, we created a line plot using the data from this table. So if I look at the line plot that we created, I can see that the data represents the growth of corn in 1 week. The fractions at the bottom are the fraction of a foot that the corn grew on each day. And each X represents 1 day. So if I look at 1/8, I can see that on 1 day, because there is 1 X, the corn grew 1/8 of a foot. Now let's take a look at some questions that we'll answer using the data from this line plot. My first question says, how many days did the corn grow 3/8 of a foot? To answer this question, first I'll find 3/8 of a foot on my line plot. Looking at the key, I know that each X equals 1 day. There are 2 X's above 3/8. So I know that on 2 days, the corn grew 3/8 of a foot. So my answer to this question would be 2 days. Let's take a look at another question. This one's a little bit harder. This question says, what is the greatest amount of growth the corn grew in 1 day? So we're looking for the greatest amount of growth in 1 day. So looking at my line plot, I can see that the greatest amount of growth would be 4/8 of a foot. So the answer to this question would be 4/8 of a foot. Now, 4th graders, sometimes they have a little bit of trouble with this question, because when they look at the line plot, the first thing they notice is that over 2/8 there are 3 X's plotted. However, 2/8 would not be the correct answer, because the question asks, what's the greatest amount of growth the corn grew in 1 day? 2/8 would answer the question, what amount of growth occurred the most often? Then it would be 2/8, because it occurred over 3 days. But we're just looking for the greatest amount of growth that the corn would have made in 1 day. And 4/8 would be the greatest, and we know that it did occur at least 1 day because there is an X plotted above 4/8. Okay, one more question. This one is the trickiest. Okay, question number 3. How much did the corn grow for the whole week? Okay, to begin answering this question, I know that I'm looking for a total. I'm looking for the total over the course of the whole week. So what I'll do is start with 1/8, and I'll see how many days the corn grew 1/8 of a foot. And I can see with 1X the corn grew 1/8 of a foot on 1 day. So I'll go ahead and record this amount of growth. Moving down my line plot, on 2/8 I can see that the corn grew 2/8 of a foot on 3 days. So I'll need to add 2/8 3 times to find that total. I'll keep my denominator the same, and then I'll add my numerator, 2, 4, 6. So the total will be 6/8. And I will just add this up here next to 1/8, because this will then be my final equation so I can find my final total for the amount of growth the corn made. Okay, moving right down the line plot, now I have 3/8. On 2 days the corn grew 3/8 of a foot. So again, I'll add to find that total, 3/8 plus 3/8. Keep my denominator the same. 3 plus 3 is 6. So we have 6/8. Okay, and then we have 1 day where the corn grew 4/8 of a foot. So I can just add that right up here. So now I will add this equation to find my total. Again, we keep our denominator the same. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 plus 4 is 17. So I have found the sum of 17/8. Now that's an improper fraction because the numerator is greater than the denominator. So we are going to go ahead and turn that into a mixed number. I'll do that by first finding how many wholes I have within 17/8. I know that each whole has 8 pieces because my denominator is 8. So I know I have enough for one whole because that would be 8/8. And I know another whole would give me 16/8. So if this is 16/8 and I have 17/8, I know I have one more eighth. Okay. So I can see that I have 1, 2 wholes, and 1/8. So the answer to this question how much did the corn grow for the whole week would be 2 1/8 feet. Today, you have learned how to use data from a line plot to solve problems.